He built empires, dominated markets, bent the digital world to his will. And yet, at the sight of a beautiful woman, his entire being trembled. His thoughts scattered, his purpose bent, his mission vanished. This is the modern man's contradiction. Outwardly powerful, inwardly enslaved. Not by tyrants, not by systems, but by a far older master, lust. The man who believes he rules the world, but cannot rule his own loins, has mastered nothing. And in this contradiction lies a brutal truth. Most men today are not free. They are not strong. They are not sovereign. They are addicts in disguise. They scroll for stimulation, worship at the altar of validation, and call it masculinity. They believe that access to pleasure is power. But Nietzsche would scoff. He would say, "You are not free. You are caged by your appetites and conquered by your cravings." This video is not comfort. It is confrontation. It is a war map for the modern male, a psychological guide for breaking the chains of lust and rising into true sovereignty. So if you are easily offended, close this now. But if you're ready to confront the one thing that has owned you your entire life, stay. Lust has been sold to us as liberation. A man who indulges, they say, is a man who lives. He who gets the girl wins. He who sleeps around is alpha. But that's the lie. The real story is far darker. In nature's view, unchecked desire is not a liberation. It is bondage. It is a cage. It is the invisible chain that keeps a man from becoming what he was meant to be. When lust is ungoverned, the will to ascend dissolves into a pitiful hunger to be satisfied. Lust doesn't just offer pleasure, it hijacks the mind and whispers, "This is freedom," but it's not. It's sedation. A man leaks his power through meaningless orgasms and temporary validation. He believes he's in control because he initiates. But who truly controls the addict, the drug, or the user? Friedrich Nietzsche is often misunderstood. Many believe he advocated dominance over others, but his true focus was internal, on the conquest of the self. He spoke of the will to power, not as tyranny over the world, but as mastery over one's own instincts. To create, to endure, to rise, the will to power demands discipline, confrontation, and pain. But most men today have traded the will to power for a lesser god, the will to pleasure. They crave ease, comfort, release, where the will to power asks, "How much can I suffer for what I believe?" The will to pleasure asks, "How can I escape discomfort right now?" Lust, then, is not just sexual desire. It's the dissolution of purpose, the erosion of inner fire. It softens men, makes them reactive, takes their eyes off the mountain and drags them into the pit. In today's culture, the feminine is treated as a prize, a goal, the final achievement. Men are taught to chase, prove, and impress. Movies, music, and social media repeat the same message. Get the girl, and you win. But Nietzsche would issue a stark warning. Any man who worships a woman has already placed himself beneath her. She is not the path. She is not the destination. She is the mirror. If you measure your worth by how she sees you, you've already lost. Your confidence becomes a reaction to her attention. Your mission gets rerouted by her approval. Your identity becomes hers to mold. The truly sovereign man does not orbit around women. He does not seek completion through them. He sees them for what they are: companions, not saviors; allies, not gods. A woman can walk beside him, but never ahead of his mission. Let's call it what it is. Lust is slavery. Biological impulse, cultural programming, and consumerism have created a perfect storm. The algorithm knows what arouses you. The marketplace knows how to trigger you. Lust has become a billion-dollar business, and modern men are its most loyal customers. Porn hookup culture, social media thirst traps, all designed to keep you wanting, never satisfied, never whole. And the tragedy? Men think this is power. They think this is freedom. But Nietzsche would say, you are not free. You are governed. You are programmable. You are not sovereign. You are reactionary. The slave to lust does not build anything lasting. He doesn't build empires. He builds fantasies. He doesn't conquer himself. He chases shadows. He is not the master of his domain. He is the addict pretending to be the alpha. In Nietzsche's vision of the Übermensch, the overman, we find the true model of masculine transcendence. This is the man who rises above the herd, above his lower nature, above his addiction to pleasure. The overman does not chase women. He does not suppress desire out of shame. He transmutes it. He redirects it. He channels it upward. Sexual energy in this context is sacred fuel. It can be wasted through compulsive gratification or wielded as a creative force. Most men waste it. They spill their essence into tissue and pixels. But the rare man, the dangerous man, knows this energy is too valuable to waste. He uses it to build, to create, to conquer. The overman is not celibate from fear, nor indulgent from weakness. He is sovereign. He possesses himself. He is not owned by lust. He commands it. Why do most men fear solitude? Because it strips away all distraction. It reveals the truth. It forces you to confront what you are without the crutches of comfort. But in solitude, a man finds his edge. Nietzsche revered solitude. So did Jung. So did every ancient warrior, philosopher, and artist who ever walked the path of mastery. They understood that only in silence can you hear your inner voice. Only alone can you kill the parts of yourself that are not worthy of legacy. Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Beethoven, Isaac Newton, men who lived in focus, not indulgence. They were not ruled by lust. They were ruled by vision. Some abstained from sex altogether, not because they hated women, but because they were consumed by a mission. Solitude, then, is not loneliness. It is training. It is fasting from distraction. It is the furnace where greatness is forged. The solution is not repression, it's transmutation. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, wrote about sexual transmutation as the key to creative power. Carl Jung wrote of integrating the anima, the inner feminine, to avoid being controlled by it externally. When you master lust, you don't become less of a man. You become more. You don't lose energy. You reclaim it. You walk into a room with gravity. You speak with precision. You move with purpose. You become unpredictable, not because you try to be mysterious, but because you are no longer needy. You are no longer a pawn on the board. You are the board. Transmutation means turning arousal into aggression in the gym, charm in your speech, strategy in your business, and stillness in your leadership. Lust no longer owns you. You own it. So how do you begin? How do you break the chains of lust? Step 1. Delay gratification. Start tracking your energy. Notice how powerful you feel when you abstain. Eliminate the rituals that drain you. Scrolling, porn, meaningless flings. Reclaim your mornings. Reclaim your nights. Replace indulgence with intensity. Step 2. Redefine your relationship with women. Stop making women your motivation. Stop seeking their approval. Instead, let your mission be your muse. Let your future self be the man you want to impress, not the girl who won't even remember your name. Step 3. Embrace solitude. Treat time alone as sacred. Use it to build your inner citadel. Journal, Train. Read ancient texts. Learn to suffer in silence. That's where your edge will emerge. Step 4. Build a spiritual framework for transmutation. Don't just suppress, redirect, channel. Study thinkers like Nietzsche, Hill, Jung. Let their fire sharpen you. Learn to move energy through your system, not leak it. Learn to own your cravings, not be owned by them. And now comes the question, the one Nietzsche would demand you answer. Who rules you? If the answer is lust, you are not a man. You are a puppet, wearing chains shaped like freedom, smiling while your soul decays. But if the answer is self, discipline, direction, and destiny, then you have begun the great journey. The climb out of the pit, the war towards sovereignty. To desire nothing is not to be empty. It is to be full, full of focus, full of clarity, full of power. Lust is noisy, transcendence is silent. Most men will die in the noise, chasing what they never needed. But the one who reclaims his fire, he becomes unforgettable. He is not the man who chased women. He is the man women will never forget. He is not the man who sought approval. He is the man others tried to understand, but never could. He is the Nietzschean man, the overman, the one who conquered himself. Walk the path.